My microphone doesn't love me tonight. It's not being nice to me. Um, my audio's not syncing up. And I wanted to get on YouTube and tell you all about it. Anyway, okay, here's the deal. I just want to go over the fact that a lot of you are emailing me, which I love. It's great. I'm glad you have questions that you feel free to ask. But you're emailing me about the idea of you're seeing ghosts, you're having premonitions, and then you feel like you're a weirdo because you're actually having these experiences. And I get it. I get it. I mean, yeah, psychics have never been embraced for many, many thousands of years now. They've been treated as pariahs, as frauds, as, shysters, blah, blah, blah. But, I think psychic is just kind of a label that is not quite all encompassing of what's really going on, which is hooking up with spirit, realizing you're not separate from God, you're not separate from the vibrations of life, that you're picking up on these energies. And when you realize that we're all one, that we all actually connect in these really loving, amazing ways, that it's only natural that you would know things, that you would see things in the timeline that are going to happen, that you would sense an energy about someone, that they're telling you something, but you know that what they're saying isn't true, or you're feeling a real love in a room or in a church or, in a meeting that is blowing your mind because you can't believe you can feel it so acutely. I know it's really hard, man. I know. I know it's really hard to accept that you're having these experiences sometimes when it first starts. Some people have asked me, how did it evolve for me? And, I wasn't completely psychic until I was 39. Now, I did have psychic experiences. I was in Savannah years and years ago as a reporter, and a voice told me in the morning, I woke up and a voice said, "You're going to meet a pilot." And I was driving away from a base in Savannah where I had done a report, and I saw a man, a very attractive man I might add, walking on the island next to me. And I asked him if he needed a ride, and he did. And so he got in the van, and he said, "I'm a pilot." Well, he was a Navy pilot, and he'd been grounded, and he was trying to surprise his family in California for Thanksgiving, but he wasn't able to make it home. Well, I was having a party that night at my house with a bunch of broadcasters, so I invited him to come to the party that night. It was Thanksgiving dinner, and he did. And he never forgot about it. It really meant a lot to him. He sent me a couple of letters after that thanking me and telling me how much he appreciated it. Well, looking back now, I realized, it was just his guides, his angels were taking care of him. They had his back, and they knew they could get through to me, so they did. And, I've had premonitions about death in my own life. I had a premonition about my baby. It was my first pregnancy. I was 9 months pregnant, and I had a premonition that I wasn't going to have a baby, and I had a stillbirth when I was 9 months pregnant, and it was rough. But it showed me again that I was seeing things, that I knew things. And I share this experience with you because it was profound, and you couldn't tell me I didn't have the experience. No one out there could tell me that I did not have this experience, because I did, and it was real, and it helped me a bit because it kind of paved a way for me to not take such a big fall when I lost that baby. Now, of course, I've gone on to have 3 amazing children who are healthy and happy and wonderful parts of my life. But I think it's like in the Matrix when the Oracle says to Neo, "Do you know you're the one?" And he says, "No." And she says, "Well, the one knows he's the one." And when you know you're having these experiences, no one can tell you that you're not. And I know it's scary when it happens, but until you believe it's the truth, no one can tell you right or wrong about it. It has to come from within. I encourage, and this is no surprise to people who are following the videos, you to meditate, get support, read some good books about psychic ability. I mean, if you've got this wild tiger running through your living room, and that's exactly what this energy is, when you finally wake up to your psychic abilities, it's a wild tiger. If you're sitting in the corner covering your eyes or your ears, pretending like it's not there, you can get hurt. It's going to bite you. But if you get real about it and say, holy smokes, there's a tiger in my living room. I need a cage. I need a saddle. I'm going to make this thing work for me. I'm not talking about controlling and managing spirit, but I am talking about setting some terms that you can live with. And by meditating, you get the ability to learn how to cope with the idea that you're not separate from God, that you're actually connected to God and nature. You learn how to set boundaries because spirit will guide you. Someone was asking me how I trained in being psychic. And I got a lot of direct spiritual information. Now, I had other two powerful psychics working with me, but a lot of it was just direct information. So I think when you are willing to hear your guides, they'll help you cope with whatever psychic abilities are coming in. However, I didn't just rely on that. I got books. I got a mentor. I was blessed with a great mentor. And I'd encourage you to do the same. Make peace with these abilities. Get some good books. Find a support system that allows you to be really who you are. And meditate. So take the challenge. This is my 5th video. I'm repeating myself now because I'm getting questions about this stuff that, how does this stuff work? And I thought I was clear about it. And maybe I wasn't. Maybe I wasn't completely clear. So I'm going to be really clear right now. You know what? This is not a dress rehearsal. Your life is not a dress rehearsal. It is time to get these skills in place, to get these supports in place so that you don't have to feel crazy. I'm not saying you won't feel crazy because I still get feeling like I'm crazy. I still do. I mean, just this week has been a rough week for me, being psychic and doing the things that I do. But I have a huge support system in place too, so that when I do get down about things or confused or whacked out because I'm following my intuition instead of my logic, I have a great support system in place, and I can only encourage you to do the same, all right? Because this energy is a wild, crazy, fabulous energy, but, you need to get yourself supported so that you can manage the tiger in the living room, all right? All right. Talk to you soon. Blessings.